Okay, so up on the roof, out back right now. So what we have here is a architectural type asphalt shingle, and yeah, it does appear to be the original roof. And I'll show you, there's some signs that the roof is getting near the end of its life expectancy. And so architectural shingles typically last, like your baseline shingles are like a 30-year shingle, but they don't always last 30 years. Like I see them start going bad 25, like at 25 years, especially when you have an area that doesn't get a lot of sun. Like you see all this moss growing back here, right? You got moss, algae, stuff like that, all these sticks and stuff, because there's a bunch of trees right here nearby. So yeah, that's not good for the shingles. And you can actually see the granule loss is another sign. How the front edges here, they're not crisp. You can see that I can knock some of these granules off real easily. That's a sign of the age of the roof, and that it's starting to fail. And there's even more signs out front we'll talk about when I get there. But while I'm here right now, I want to talk about this flashing around the chimney here. This has come loose here. As it was originally caulked, I don't know if this was a repair original, but silicone. I do not recommend using silicone. I don't recommend using silicone anywhere on a roof anymore. 10-15 years ago, silicone was probably the best option there was, but now there's much better caulks you can use. So that's what I recommend using. Here, this flashing is loose here, so that will need to be refastened. This looks like a repair. This is your typical like architectural type shingle. That's not to be used as capping. This is capping. It's just a flat shingle. That's what should be used here. But you can see that these are loose here. You can see the nails have pulled through the shingle. So these are all loose right here. So whether the roof gets replaced immediately or not, you're gonna need to do some repairs here to make sure that it doesn't leak. And see, another one pulled through right there, so that's loose as well. So I'm gonna talk a little bit here about the top of the chimney. This is called the crown here, and the purpose of this is to shed water away from the top of the chimney. You can see that there's some cracks here. These cracks here, you want to seal up all those cracks. And you want to make sure that it can't get in the top of these bricks at all. The water will sit in there, and it'll freeze, and it'll start cracking the faces of these bricks off. So another thing I wanted to mention here is looks like this from the fireplace, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's lots of creosote inside of here. It's kind of hard to see in there, but yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a metal liner there, and that's good, but you don't want it to build up too much, because then that can catch fire, cause a chimney fire. Not a good thing. So I want to talk about these cracked shingles here on the front, which is kind of strange. It looks like it just cracked there. Not something you typically see. I'm not sure if it could be associated with truss movement. The truss is spreading, you know, this in a lateral direction that sort of ripped those apart. I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell. There could be maybe also seams in the plywood there, which allowed for some movement, which you wouldn't be able to see. Yeah, so definitely these are going to need to be replaced, these shingles here. And and then this plumbing vent here, plumbing vent boot is pretty much no longer there. I believe that's where we saw the water leaking in the attic there. This one, same thing. This one's going to need to be repaired or replaced. There's some more cracking of the shingle right there as well. So yeah, and I can feel as I'm walking on the shingles the loose granules. So it's another way I can tell that it's getting near the end of its life. Here we have some exposed nails on this ridge capping. Right here, here. Those should be sealed with caulking. Okay, so I'm gonna walk on the other side of the roof. Yeah, my feet are slipping. Yeah, you can almost, I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but you can see like this glistening on the edge of the shingle, and that white glistening is the fiberglass backing, because the granules are wearing off, and you can start to see that, which is a sign of the age of the roof. Okay. Yeah, definitely lots of moss and stuff like that. Yeah, this plumbing vent over here is in pretty rough shape as well, and that will need to be replaced. Got a hole in this cap right here that would need to be repaired. Okay. So, and then there's one last thing I wanted to show you. Oh man. Actually, two things. Here's this capping's cracked as well. Down here, once I get off the ladder, there's some flashing missing. So right here, there's some flashing missing and some exposed wood, as well as a gap back here where the siding meets the brick. You want to seal that with caulking too. It's probably going to be the same thing on the other side of the house. I'll take a look when I get there. But so yeah, that's going to do it for now.